NFL Week 11. NFL Week 11 is here, guys. Fun one to open up the week last night. The Thursday nighter between two 6-3 teams. Big win for the Seahawks, guys. Getting to 7-3. It was a tough game to cap. I didn't have any action on it beforehand. -3. It's always tough to call those type of games, at least for me personally. I did have a few small prop plays. I usually try to, if I don't have any action on the Monday nighters or Thursday nighters, I have at least some small prop bets. I usually give them out on Twitter or send them to subscribers. We did go 2-1 on those, so decent night. But another live bet winner, guys. Another live bet winner. I've been posting live bets on Twitter for you guys. It's hard to jump on them because the lines move so frequently. I understand that. But I'm posting the tickets along with the live bets. Nice 6-0 live bet run since posting on Twitter. It's tough. I wish I can send them out to my subscribers or send them out to you guys. But if you catch it on Twitter, try to bet them. We are going good here live. Love seeing the game. At least for the first quarter and then deciding. It has been working out for me. Obviously, up and down NFL season continues here. Really attacked that bad weather last in Week 10, and I was able to pull out a lot of profit in those games. The Cleveland-Houston game, and then the Baltimore-New England game. Was able to get in there live, was able to bet the under live in that game and before the game. So those bad weather games, really look out for those. When I find those, I love to get under on the props. I love to get under or over in the rush yards, under in the receiving props, under in the QB passing yards. And for instance, in that Cleveland-Houston game, I was under in both Watson and Mayfield, under in passing, and it went way under. And then obviously the running back props went over as well for both Hunt and Chubb. Chubb looked outstanding back in that game. I had a small play on Cleveland as well, and then Chubb decides not to run in. For the touchdown, he runs out of bounds. That was tough, but just a small play there. Play was on the under. That was the main play. It went way under the total due to the weather. Guys, follow me on Twitter at System Capping, okay, where I post my live bets and also a lot of free plays I've been posting as well. Check the new Fleet story. I've been posting them in there. Been giving out soccer free plays. I give out NFL props, 2-0 in soccer free plays, and also I think it was 3 or 4-0 in the props that I was giving out there. So check the Fleet option. It's like the stories on Instagram. Also check out, of course, systemsportscapping.com for full records and all sports and subscription options as well. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it. I'm going to go over 3 games. 3 games, give them my underdog play and a teaser as well. Saints -5 versus the Falcons. This game is in New Orleans, total 51.5. Breeze will be out for this one. So steps in, not Winston, Taysom Hill, guys. Just this morning, just before I recorded this video, just announced minutes ago, Hill will be starting in this. I expect both to play, right? I'm not going to say Taysom Hill is going to be the only guy, but I expect both to play here. And when the spread's at -5, guys, it means the books really don't know what to do with it. Now, it did move to -4. I see some -4s out there. So it is tough. It is tough for a side in this game. Falcons have been playing a lot better, right? 3-1 since firing their coach. 2-game winning streak. Decent teams in Denver and Carolina. Both teams have decent defenses, right? And they are coming off the bye. So that's something also to look here. Getting a little more healthy as well. It's hard to look at the offensive stats in this one, though, right? Since Breeze is out. So I can't really go over much offensive stats. But what I can expect here is a lot of rushing, right? Kamara, obviously Hill. He loves to rush. But Kamara is going to be very active in this game, in my opinion. reception and rushing yard standpoint. And you got to expect also Murray to be very active in this one as well. So look for a lot of rushing in this one. Hill loves to run. I would look at all those props over. They're not out yet, but I would look at those rushing props over if they're not too crazy. And even Hill anytime touchdown. We know Hill loves to run in for the touchdowns. So that will be definitely a prop I'll be looking at. This offense is going to be look totally different than a Breeze offense, right? Unless we see Winston in there for some time, I do expect him to get in there. I just don't know how much. After they say Hill, sure they announce Hill's starting, but what does that mean, right? How much is he going to play? Is Winston going to get there? Is it just going to be Hill? We'll have to see. Hill obviously knows this offense better than anyone. But we know he can't throw like Breeze. He's not a throwing quarterback, right? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. The one good thing the Falcons are at on defense is against the rush. They're solid against the rush. Only 99 yards per game against the rush. So that could factor here in the total. This is something I would maybe more look at the total and the under here. I can't really be on the side. Especially going down to 4 now. And you don't know how Hill's going to come out. You don't know how Winston, if he does play, how he's going to look. And it's going to be a heavy rushing attack in my opinion. So yeah, I would look at the under here. Should be a fun game to see how it goes. Love to see Hill start and see how he rushes. But I can't wait for the props to come out in this one, guys. I'm going to be attacking the props in this one. So wait. I may post a couple on Twitter, but I'll be waiting until Friday night, Saturday morning for these props to come out. They may take a little more time in this one for the props to come out. Let's get into the next game here. Chiefs -8 at the Las Vegas Raiders. Total 56 and a half for this one. And you have to think the Chiefs are coming into this one upset after losing to the Raiders a few weeks back. I don't expect them to lay an egg again here. Chiefs are a little banged up. Their O-line has some COVID-list issues. So I would wait to see how that pans out. There's a lot of guys on the COVID list on the O-line. So take a look at that. CH also, Edward Hilaire. CHE, Edwards Hilaire. He hasn't been practicing all week. That's something to look at as well. So take a look at that. This is a game to maybe bet on Saturday. Once we get more information, even Sunday morning. You know, the 8-1 Chiefs are well rested heading into Vegas, and I expect them to bounce back to win this game. However, the spread's tough. The 8 is tough, guys. We don't see the Chiefs. I just don't see them losing both games to the Raiders this season, even though the Raiders are playing good football right now. Jacobs finally woke up and had a good game last week with 21 attempts for 112 yards and 2 TDs. This is what Raiders will need to do to win this game, in my opinion. Run Jacobs and needs to have a big game. Booker also looked good last week. He got some carries as well. And, you know, this is what they're going to have to do. I know last game they were able to throw on KC. I think they make adjustments there. And Mahomes didn't have the best game in the world. So I don't expect Mahomes to have another bad game. It's just not something I see. I don't see him having back-to-back bad games against the Raiders. I expect the Raiders to attempt to keep him off the field and run more. But I just don't see. I don't see it happening again, guys. I just see Mahomes coming out playing well. O-line is something you want to look at here. Take a look at that O-line, see what happens there. I would maybe lean to the under here. It's not my favorite play, but I would lean to the under 57, 56 and a half. And I think Chiefs are a good play here in a teaser. Very good. Get them down to -1 on a 7-point teaser. I expect the Chiefs to take care of business, go to 9-1, and lock up this division. Raiders lose this game, they're not going to win the division. They won't have a chance to win the division. So I think Chiefs lock up the division here with a win. Leaving with the Monday Night Football game. Huge game. I really like this matchup. Two solid defense. Right now we got Rams at Bucks. Bucks -4. Total 48. Great Monday Night Football game this weekend. It's gonna be a fun one. Both teams trying to keep up in their division for hopes to win that division crown. Guess who was back last week for the Bucks, guys? Yes, Ronald Jones rushing for 23 rushing yards, 192 yards, and a TD. He was running so well at the start of the year, guys. I think he had back-to-back 100-yard games. He was the lead guy when Fournette was out. And then Fournette came back, and they tried to involve both, and it did not work out. That's when they had poor rushing numbers. This team is better when they can rush the ball and throw the ball. We know their weapons on offense is outstanding. Their weapons are solid, top to bottom, obviously, from tight end to wide receiver and pass catching backs. But they need to be able to run the ball as well. And I think they need a lead back, and I think it should be Ronald Jones. He keeps showing you when he's a lead back and you give him, 18 to 20 carries. He rushes for over 100 yards. Keep doing that. When they're mixing him in with Fournette, it hasn't worked out. Keep running Ronald Jones. Give him the 18 to 20 carries. Your offense is going to open up more with the passing. And look at last week. Last week we had Brown show up. 69 yards on 7 receptions. Mike Evans, big game, which I told you guys to jump on his props. He had a big game, even with Brown being involved. So, both teams here, solid defense. Both teams like to get to the quarterback. Both ranked top 5 in sacks. And that's what I lean the under here because of that. We know Goff isn't good when he gets pressured, right? He is not good, and that's what's putting me on the Bucs here. It's leaning for me to Bucs -4. I love them better on the money line or in a teaser, but I'm going to be on the Bucs here, -4, total 48. Look at the slight under there, but Bucs money line is a good play here, and maybe a two-game money line parlay. But yeah, if you ask me to bet a spread here, Bucs -4, that's what I'm going to be on here. Now, for props in this one, obviously not out yet, but I would fade Evans this week just because Ramsey's going to be on him. Look at catches over on Brown and Godwin, even yards as well. I think they'll be heavily involved. Evans will be shadowed by Ramsey, I think, for the most part. So look at Godwin, Brown props over, even maybe Gronk as well. Yeah, but I think Rams are pretty solid versus the rush. I wouldn't too heavy on Jones over. But if they're up in this game, they may rush him a lot. So maybe his attempts could be over if it's sitting around 15 or 16. Maybe you want to take a look at that. Hopefully, they listen to me and go with Jones as a lead back. Give Fournette, 6 to 8 carries and some passes out of the backfield. But give Jones first down and second down work. And then bring Fournette in if you need to. But I like this team so much better when Jones is a lead back and they have a lead back here. Underdog play of the week. 3-1 in the last 4 outright dog winners, guys. Last week we did miss out on the Chargers. They didn't really have a chance in that game. They didn't make it close at the end. But that's what you're going to do. When you're betting underdogs of the week, guys, it's gonna be up and down. Right, so hopefully we go on a streak. We did go on that 3-in-a-row streak. This week, we are going to go to the Eagles. I don't really like much this week, to be honest, guys. For underdogs, I was looking at the Eagles. I was looking at the Bengals. Bengals you may want to look at as well. It's a small dog, right? +1, so you can get it on money line +105. I don't know, call me crazy, but I think the Eagles somehow win this game. No Garrett in this game. Myles Garrett's out for this game, which will give Wentz a little more time to throw. I think another week with the injuries gone and off that bye, another week more practice with Jeffries and they're obviously Goddard and just some more options in Philly's team. I think they could get this win here. It's not my favorite play of the week, but I've been doing underdog plays of the week all week. All season for you guys. So yeah, I'm going to be on the Eagles here. I think there's some value. Get it like +120, +125. I think they can hang around in this game and possibly win it. Conditions, haven't looked at the weather as of yet, but both teams play in shitty conditions. Phillies and Cleveland, same weather, right? For the most part. So I wouldn't really make that an issue. It's just hard to trust Wentz, but it's hard to trust Mayfield as well. The thing is, where I would, Cleveland, the rush game. The running game has been solid, and Eagles aren't the best versus the rush. So that's something that could play out here. But, that'll be my play for underdog play of the week. Eagles to win outright. Leave you guys with a teaser. Teaser will be a 7-point teaser. KC -1 and Vikings just to win at home. All right, guys, that will do it for the Week 11 video. Please like, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment and let me know if you have any suggestions or if you want to know anything more about systemsportscapping.com and subscription services. All right, guys, like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.